May Day 2025. Across the United States, thousands have taken to the streets waving flags, chanting slogans, and demanding change. But this isn't just a workers' holiday this year, it's a national reckoning. From Philadelphia to Seattle, from Chicago to Atlanta, the message is clear. Americans are pushing back. They're protesting not just for labor rights, but against what they see as an increasingly authoritarian administration under President Donald Trump, especially on one of the most controversial fronts, immigration. In this video, we break down what's happening on the ground and behind closed doors, from fiery speeches by Bernie Sanders to secret negotiations to send migrants to Libya and Rwanda. In Philadelphia, the heart of protest beat loudest. At the center of it all, Senator Bernie Sanders. Sponsored by the AFL-CIO, one of the nation's largest union coalitions, Sanders delivered a rousing speech. He praised unions, he demanded fair wages, but more than anything, he denounced what he called the growing oligarchy in America. It wasn't just rhetoric. Sanders tied economic inequality directly to Trump's policies that protesters say are stripping away the American promise of fairness, equality, and justice. And he wasn't alone. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has been echoing the same warning that democracy is under threat from corporate power and authoritarian overreach. In every city, the signs tell the story. "This is fascism," reads one. "Stop Trump, stop the oligarchy," reads another. There are signs calling for due process, immigration justice, and solidarity with Palestinians. Many of them are handwritten raw, emotional, and angry. This isn't just performative. For many protesters, this is personal. They're teachers, students, immigrants, and workers who feel the weight of every policy decision coming out of Washington. What's striking is the tone: defiant, urgent, unafraid. While Americans were filling the streets, CNN dropped a bombshell. The Trump administration is considering sending migrants, some with criminal records, to Libya and Rwanda. This would not be voluntary deportation. It's part of what's being explored as a safe third country agreement, meaning asylum seekers caught at the U.S. southern border could be flown thousands of miles away with little warning. The implications are staggering. These are not just bureaucratic decisions, they're life-altering for thousands. In Libya, reports show widespread abuse of migrants, forced labor, torture, and disappearances. The idea that the U.S. might send vulnerable people there raises serious legal and moral concerns. In Rwanda, the proposal appears slightly less harsh, but would still involve deporting people who have not committed violent crimes, tearing them from their communities. Legal experts say any such move would face immediate court challenges. A federal judge has already blocked similar efforts in the past, demanding that migrants must be notified and given a chance to contest removal. But for now, the administration appears undeterred. The goal? Reduce migrant numbers by any means necessary. This is part of a broader strategy by the Trump administration to make immigration as difficult and dangerous as possible. We've seen it before. The Remain in Mexico policy, the child separation policy of Trump's first term, and now renewed talks about deporting asylum seekers to third countries. The administration's message to migrants is clear: don't come. And if you do, be prepared to face brutal consequences. Behind the scenes, Trump allies argue that this is about law and order, but critics and millions of protesters call it something else: state-sponsored cruelty. Democratic leaders are in a tough position. On one hand, their base demands bold action. On the other, national polling shows trust in Congress, both Republican and Democrat, is at historic lows. Still, many Democrats, especially in the House, are fighting back. Congresswoman AOC says they're playing zone defense, each Democrat covering their issue, but all pushing back together. Yet there's no single messenger, no Obama figure, and potential 2028 candidates like Gavin Newsom say they're not running yet. Meanwhile, the protests continue without clear national coordination, just a shared fury. In Seattle, crowds filled downtown, chanting outside federal buildings. In Atlanta, protesters marched to the state capitol. In Chicago, thousands walked in what became the city's largest May Day march in years. These protests weren't spontaneous. They were part of a nationwide effort, many sparked by a Reddit-based movement called R5501, a digital organizing hub named after the date, May 1st, 2025. It's online, it's grassroots, and it's spreading fast. What began as a niche subreddit has become a megaphone for resistance. Forget traditional media. Today's protests are born online. R5501 has over 400,000 members. It's where routes are mapped, messages refined, and volunteers recruited. Live streams, Discord groups, and encrypted apps power the new resistance. This isn't just digital activism, it's real-world mobilization. And it's effective. Within hours, local protests appeared in over 40 cities. Organizers coordinated rides, printed flyers, and even helped fund bail for arrested demonstrators. America is in the streets again. From old union organizers to young Reddit revolutionaries, voices are rising, and they're saying enough. They're demanding immigration justice, labor rights, and protection from authoritarianism. But above all, they're demanding to be heard. As the Trump administration pursues aggressive and legally questionable policies, and as the Democratic Party searches for clarity and leadership, the real energy is outside on the sidewalks, in front of city halls, in chants echoing across concrete. This May Day didn't just mark a protest, it marked a turning point. For those in power, the question is, are you listening?